Hi, my name is Scott Bailey. I'm the Senior Vice President for Fastenal Company. I cover the Eastern US and Texas, Canada, and Mexico for our national account sales team. My counterpart in the Western US is Bill Reichenbacher. Some of the other responsibilities that I have are the government sales team, the lean solutions team, our group purchasing organization teams, and also our Amazon accounts. So what I want to talk about today is really our national account program. Really, it's our contract sales team that are really responsible for negotiating and signing contract business for Fastenal Company. And our contract business represents over 70% of our company revenue, and that continues to grow as we move forward. So what are the roles and responsibilities of our national account team? So you have our regional sales manager, and they're responsible for the acquisition and the management of contract business within their region. And they are aligned with the regional vice president territories. So they manage the national account sales specialist, and that position is specifically responsible for acquiring new customers. So they're going in, they are prospecting accounts, they're negotiating contracts, and they're signing contracts. So that's what that national account sales specialist position is. The senior position is really the same role, but just working on $10 million plus account opportunities. And then you have the business sales specialists. Those are the ones that are really work within a region on managing those corporate contracts. And that might be a national contract with multiple sites, or it might be a single site contract. And then once that contract is signed, we really get in the industry specialists involved, the safety, the metalworking specialist, and the lean solutions folks, and engineering as well. And then the sales development specialist is really just involved in managing more of those customers that are smaller, that aren't assigned to a business sales specialist, but have the potential to continue to grow with us within that business. And then the other side of that is our customer solution consultant team. And that team is managed by Heath Hazard. So we work really close together with the CSC team. Once we sign a contract, we involve the CSC team to really drive that business within that site. So they're involved more at the local level, the territory level. They're working really close with the branches, the districts, and the regional vice presidents to really drive compliance to the contract and work on those site locations. So within the CSC team, you have the customer solution manager that's aligned within the RVP region. And then you have the CSCs that are typically involved more driving business within a district. And then they also involve the industry-specific teams, the safety, metalworking, lean, and engineering teams. We work really close together as we drive this contract business. So how do we collaborate together? So our team is really responsible for, here again, signing contracts, but also managing that contract at the corporate headquarter level. So that's our regional sales manager, our business sales specialist, and then our national account sales specialist. We're all involved at the corporate account headquarter level. That's our national team. And then you have the regional team when it comes down to the sites that we have within that contract. That's the regional vice president, the district managers, the CSC teams that I mentioned earlier, and then our industry-specific teams. And then our branches are involved in the day-to-day execution of these contracts. So the categories and the parts that the sites buy, our local teams are involved in those decisions. So we've got the general manager and the account representative. And if you look at this chart, all of us have a role in managing this contract business, and we all are aligned and working as one team with one goal. So we work very close together, we communicate with each other, and we're all working as one team. So what are some of the top vertical markets that Fastenal is involved in? Data centers, oil and gas, food and beverage, government, pharma, biotech, and utilities. And we actually have specific sellers that work within these vertical markets. So they're working on trying to acquire new customers within these verticals. And it's important that we have that expertise because we want to have a consistent sales process as we go after certain customers within these vertical markets. So as a supplier, if you play in certain vertical markets and you're very strong in some of these, make sure that you reach out to us and let us know that and how you can help us within these different vertical markets. So our sales by product line, 2024, as you can see, fasteners and safety, two of our biggest categories. The other categories are continuing to grow and will continue to grow as we move forward in getting more on-sites, more integrated supply opportunities in the near future. Our OEM fastener program. So we've always been very strong on the fastener side. We are going to make significant investments in our OEM program as we move forward into the back half of 2025 and beyond. So you can see our current revenue with direct fastener business over $2 billion. We also do a lot of MRO hardware business as well, 900 million. But we have an OEM fastener program that reaches not only in North America, but also South America, Central America, Europe, and also in Asia. So we can put together a program for a customer and bring consistency in a fastener program, an OEM program across the globe. So really, really important. So total cost of ownership savings, this is really important as we sign a contract with a customer. One of the areas that's really important is how are we going to bring value to that customer? What are we going to deliver to that customer for cost savings, ongoing cost savings and value? And as a supplier, we need your help here because we have obligations in our contracts to deliver a certain percentage of savings year over year. So we want to partner with suppliers that can help us deliver those savings within our contractual relationships that we have. And you can see here some of the categories that we document: vendor consolidation, inventory management, our pricing, managed freight, the standardization of product. That's really where you come in as a supplier. Brand conversions, here again, another opportunity. And then e-business, how we do business more effectively together electronically. So if you as a supplier have a cost savings calculator, or there might be a certain process that works really well, or in a certain industry or market vertical, let us know that. That's really important that we partner together on those opportunities if you can help us deliver on our obligations that we have within our contracts. So really, really important. So how do we work together, our national account, contract sales teams, and the suppliers? So first of all, we want to make sure that we understand the roles and responsibilities of each of our organizations. So how do we go to market? What resources do we have in the field together? Then we want to look at the customers. So what customers are you as a supplier strong? What verticals are you strong at? Where do we have the best alignment? So where do we work really well with suppliers? What are the categories? Let's talk about a plan there. Then we start to communicate and look at customer targets. And then we conduct a joint meeting. We get a total cost of ownership built. And what does that value look like? How do we help drive value for that customer? Then we discuss an implementation plan. We execute new supplier revenue. And then we want to make sure that we develop a case study. So really, really important that we document the success that we're having within that customer. So then we can take that case study and we can replicate that to other customers within that market vertical. And then obviously from there, we want to expand into more prospects. So as we gain success, we want to get more prospects and work together in more areas across the country. So with that, I really appreciate everything that you do as a supplier. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for the investments that you make and all the support of Fastenal. Feel free to reach out with any questions or any help that I can provide to you. Once again, my name is Scott Bailey, and I really appreciate your time today. Thank you.